Hello everyone and welcome to the channel today. We have a very lovely guest with us. He's gracing us with his presence today. It's a special surprise guest, but some of you already know him. This will not be the first time you'll be seeing him. I give you the one and only JJ. Oh, JJ, you're welcome, sir. Hello viewers at home. Thank you, my pleasure. Congratulations on the release of your latest device. This should be is it the 6th? No, it is the 8th phone actually, the 8th one. Oh, your 8th, it's their 8th device this month, ladies and gentlemen. 8. Well, that's something. How do you manage to keep count of, so many phones in so little time? Well, we have a very great team, a world-class team of designers, researchers that handle all of these things. Yes. Well, that is something. That is something. Well, enough about that. Let's talk about your latest and your greatest. Yes, that's why we're all here. I am intrigued. I'm sure that the viewers who are watching right now are also very intrigued as well. We want to learn about the big fat X. What's in the phone? What makes it special? And why should users bring out their hard-earned money to go and purchase your device? Mr. JJ, over to you. Of course, my pride and joy, the big fat X. Well, that's why I'm here in the studio today. Of course, any publicity is good publicity. Let's talk about it. Well, the big fat X is a fine phone. It's a very fine phone. Owning this phone is a statement. It's a fashion statement. It's a lifestyle statement. I cannot really quantify how well this phone is going to add to the value of your life. It's just a nice phone to have, very smooth, very sleek. Buy this phone today and you'll see how your rep will rise up amongst your friends. I'm telling you, it's a massive device. Yes, of course, it's true, but the viewers and myself, we want to know more about this device. What makes this device tick spec wise? Yes, the phone is looking nice. First of all, the aesthetics. If you want to talk about specs, you can talk about the aesthetics. The body is fine. I mean, most people like having a fine phone. Then we also have massive cameras. We have about 10 cameras on this phone, which will upgrade your photography to the next level. I mean, how many phones do you see that have 10 cameras? None. It's us. It's only us. That's why you have to buy from us. And finally, we have a massive battery that will keep you going for days and days without charging. Massive battery. So those are the specs. Very straightforward. Yes, you've already said that before. We've already talked about the multi cameras and the big body and all that, but what's in this phone? If I were to go out and somebody were to ask what is the size of the battery, what is the technology inside, I'm not just going to say big battery, big body, plenty cameras. No, I want to get into the nitty gritty of this device. That's what we're interested in. But I have stated them already. I've mentioned battery, I've mentioned camera, I've mentioned aesthetics. What else do viewers want? Do viewers, people who buy phones, do they look at anything more than these? These are the stuff that are important in cameras or in phones today, Mr. Interviewer. What? No, sir. At this point, I'm going to have to disagree with you there. Say, for example, I want to play a game, right? I need to play a high definition game at maximum settings to boost my chances of winning. Say PUBG, say Call of Duty, or Asphalt, and my phone cannot play it. For example, it's going to not feel very nice when I spend that kind of money. It's not just about playing games. There's also other stuff that you do. You could want to, use a very powerful editing app like Lightroom on your device. You may also want to, use Snapseed, or edit videos, on the go as you're holding your phone or as you're working with your phone. Lots of people are doing this on their smartphones and even more. So tell them, can the phone do this? And if it's true that the phone can, what is the hardware behind, that's powering your device, so that people who buy your phones can be able to do all these things? Buy a laptop then. Laptop do these things. Buy a laptop. You can buy a laptop. You can buy a digital camera. You can buy a console. There's PlayStation 5. I hear PlayStation 5 is already out. You can buy one of those if you want to play games. It's that simple. That's it. A laptop. No. At this point, I beg to differ. Yes, having a laptop is good. I mean, lots of people have one, but smartphones are doing more and more these days, Mr. JJ. On a more serious note, smartphones are doing more and more. I mean, you can type documents on your smartphone, you can prepare PowerPoint, you can do Excel, you can edit videos. I mean, we're shooting this video on a smartphone right now, and we're also going to edit it on the smartphone as well. So more and more stuff are being added into smartphones on the regular. And it's very important that people know what they're buying, so that buying a phone and you find out that your phone cannot carry out basic stuff that are commonplace for smartphones these days will be a pain. Imagine you spend a certain amount of money on a phone and you're taking pictures and they don't look nice. You can't record 4K video. You can't. People are collecting games and installing, and you want to collect the same game and try and install, and it's telling you that your phone is not compatible, or your phone is not powerful enough to run such software. It's going to be really painful for whoever it is that buys this phone. So that's why we're in the business of giving users the information they want concerning smartphones. I don't know if you're understanding my point, Mr. JJ. Mr. Interviewer, what kind of question is that now? What kind of question is that? How does that have anything to do with the big fat X? I don't understand. I'm not answering that question. Please, I am not answering it. Go further and ask another one. I am not answering that question. Oh yes, and another thing, apart from basic hardware, when I say hardware, I'm talking about the CPU or the processors. You've also not told us about I think the other YouTuber who tried to review the product said he wasn't very sure if it was an LCD or if it was an AMOLED panel. And there are also other stuff I have here in my notes. You've not told us about the software and how regularly users who buy this phone are going to get software updates, or if they're even going to get any software update or any software support at all. There's also the question about the the micro USB ports. So many questions, Mr. JJ, that we need you to answer for us in the studio right now. Yes, they are very, very important. I think before buying a phone, people want to know what kind of processor is in them, the type of cameras, not just the type of cameras alone. We want to know about what image sensor. Is it a Sony? Is it a Samsung? Is it an OmniVision? Because at this point nowadays, resolution is not really all that important. It's good, it's not that important. I want to know the sensor maker behind such cameras, and then also the battery. Is it LiPo? Is it Lion? Many stuff like that, Mr. JJ. Mr. Interviewer, we support our customers. Our customers are very dear to us. We support our customers. We have we do stuff for our customers. I mean, in Lagos recently, we had a gaming competition. We had a PUBG competition where the winner walked away with a big fat X. We did a dance competition for secondary schools. We also have repair outlets in every town, at two at least. I think we have two in every town. We support our loyal customers. We do. So I don't know what you're talking about. What else? What kind of support do you think people want? We have the phone here. We're selling it to them for affordable price. those who can afford it anyway. We are supporting them. Support is important. That's why we have reps everywhere. Unlike some phones that you buy and there is no customer care, there is no support. Yes, sir. Yes, of course. Supporting buyers or your customers is good. It's an integral part of business, Mr. JJ. Supporting your customers is good. Having customer service care centers for them in every town is very nice and all that. But when people buy phones, they're not buying because of customer care outlets that are close to them. Yes, support is good, especially for hardware support, but people are buying a phone, not service centers. I don't know if you are getting my point, Mr. JJ. I hope whoever it is that is viewing this thing right now is grasping my point. Of course, I know people want to make the argument that yes, you have customer service stores. Yes, but I have used devices that did not really have service stores or outlets in my locality, but those devices were very well made. They were really, really well made, so much so that I never had to visit a repair shop for anything. So it is, personally for me, I think it is important to buy because it's the phone we're buying, Mr. JJ. So when you're buying a phone, you make sure you buy a very good solid device that would never give you any hiccup or make you go to any service center or join queues for any repair shop. That's very important. And another area I would love to look at, sir, is that we've had the device here now for over a week and we've reviewed it, and the reviews let's just get straight into them. First off, only 1 or 2 cameras are working out of the the 10 that were supposed to be there. It's having 10 cameras with only 2 working. We have the device here. We can bring it out and show you if possible. It's not a very good look, Mr. JJ. Secondly, the phone is laggy, so which means that we have question marks about the hardware inside, the processor inside, because the phone, we put in a few documents inside the phone and then the next thing, the phone is very, very, very slow, which doesn't really, it spoils user experience. And then also the software is full of ads and bugs. You cannot, you swipe open a new page and before you could even get into the page, you're greeted and you're bombarded with ad after ad after ad, and it's the software itself is also glitchy sometimes. Sometimes the keyboard will refuse to leave the screen. Sometimes you plug in your earphones and even after removing it, it's still showing the earphone symbol at the top of the screen and you can't hear anything. So many complaints, and it's not just the ones we have here in the studio. People have also in our comment section have also been complaining about the Big Fat X and their own issues that they are facing, and there is such a long line to wait at your customer care or your customer outlets that lots of people are starting to get frustrated. Would you want to address us about that topic, sir, please? We put in a lot of work into the Big Fat X. So anybody who is complaining that they do not like the Big Fat X, well, our next phone is it's already out. So they can go and purchase that one when it comes out. I'll be making the announcement very soon, but our next phone is ready. So if you do not like the Big Fat X, well, the Big Fat 11 is ready. We're just waiting to make the announcement. But the Big Fat 11 is ready. So those people who would not like the Big Fat X can always buy the Big Fat 11. All they have to do is just be patient for some time. Brief time. We'll just make the announcement anytime now. Could be tomorrow. Could be next. You still have not told us about the name of the image sensors. So I see you brought me here to the studio to insult me in front of these people. Is that what it is? Is that I do not understand what you how dare you see, listen, if oh, no, sir, please calm down. You have to calm down. No, calm down right now. I cannot sit down here and be insulted. I have never been insulted like this. What kind of interview is this one? What kind of interview is this? What kind of interview is this? I am not doing this anymore. This is your mic. Take your mic. I'm not interested in this interview. You brought me here to insult my device. Are you alright? What kind of, in fact, never bring me to your studio if you know you're going to ask me stupid questions. Nonsense. Sir, please. Okay, when are they? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. JJ has. That will be the end of our interview. It was very nice having you guys with us for this interview. If you liked the video, please subscribe and always make sure to hit the notification bell. Mr.